114 private primary and secondary schools have been approved to operate within Lagos State. Presenting the provisional letters of approval to proprietors of the schools, the Deputy Governor, Mrs. Idiat Adebule, states that the issuance is in fulfillment of the state's promise to certify whichever school meets government's guidelines and requirements and to encourage them to do better. Well, Mrs. Adebule, however, warns that any school found derailing from set standards after getting the approval will be shut down.
With a population of over 22 million people, the Lagos State government is working on making the state an investment haven. The state government is also prioritizing education while insisting on the best standard.
Please continue to do your best to improve education in the state. We must at no time compromise quality. I urge you not at no time. I know we are in this to do business. I know this is business to some of the people. And for others, it's a passion.
The Deputy Governor is asking school proprietors not to see the establishment of schools as just a business, but another way of helping the nation.
I urge you to please do your best to provide quality education for the children under you. The state government will appreciate it. However, I must say that at the last meeting we held together at Adeyemi Bureau, I promised all of you that for those who try and strive to meet up with the requirements, their letters will be given to them. That's what we're doing today. And our doors are open. If you have anyone or any of our staff that are trying to go against this policy of ours, I urge proprietors to feel free and contact me. If you cannot contact me, contact the permanent secretaries or even the Total Generals in your districts. In case you have any of our staff that is trying to ask you for anything to be able to do something for you, feel free to pass this on to us. It's another thing if that thing is done and you wish on your own to appreciate. That is the policy of this administration and we stand by it. Others who are waiting and will be called very, very soon to come and again distribute their certificates. Their approvals to them.
A school proprietor, Mr. Yinka Johnson, shares his experience.
We'd like to say a big thank you in the first instance to God Almighty that has given us the opportunity to be part of those few selected. We want to thank the state government. Truth about it is that the standard to qualify to get this approval is quite high. I don't think any other states in Nigeria have got it. We're one of those who made up our mind that we're going to get this by all means, in the sense that we are poised for quality. We're poised to ensure that we deliver what the Lagos states want, even much more. And that I'm convinced we're able to do, because I realized that when we're in the course of doing this, when the approval was ongoing and officials from the ministry were coming in, they saw that the things that we put on ground were quite good. And we realized that they specifically asked that we bring our laboratory, pictures of our laboratory, which is being used as a standard for how laboratory should be like. So I was convinced that we were going to get it. But glory be to God, it's God Almighty that made it possible. And the efforts that and direction of people in the Ministry of Education, because they actually told us what they expected and were able to meet that standard.
What is happening is schools come in for name search, so quite a lot of people would have come for different things. Now, a lot of schools will come for name search, and sometimes some of them will start with registration. And as soon as they start with the registration, they ask us to come and do school inspection. So it takes a lot. We have different procedures of what we follow, and people can easily see that on our website, and that is www.lagoseduca.com. On our website, it is very clear on what the criteria people should actually work towards. And as soon as they meet the criteria, going through the site inspection, going through approval inspection, then there's no doubt about it that we will definitely approve them. We're quite transparent with what we're looking for. But in terms of people using their personal houses, we have seen cases of people coming in to do site inspection, asking us for site inspection, and they're using their personal home. You cannot be using a 3-bedroom flat and saying you're using it for the children. You can actually be using it for 2 different purposes. So the criteria of what people have got to meet is all very clear on our website. And as soon as they meet with the criteria, we are definitely ready to get schools approved. But we're not restricting them on that. But the main thing is we have to be very objective with it. The other grounds that might not make people to get approved is where there are schools within 500-meter radius to each other. Because if you have the school of the same status, I'm talking of primary schools, 2 primary schools beside each other, definitely the second one might not be approved because the first one that has been approved definitely wins the battle. The second one will not be able to be approved. But what we can do is to change the status of the school. If 2 schools that are beside each other, if one is a primary school, the second one is a secondary school, fine. But where the 2 of them have got the same status, we can't do that really. So there are so many things that we look into. And not only that, we look at what the provision is for the children. Do they have playground? Because some schools, some people will come to us not having good playground for our children, not having enough space. Everything is very cluttered. And with that, if they're not meeting up with all the things that we've listed out, then we won't be able to approve them. But on the whole, I must say, Our Excellency is definitely approving schools that have met the criteria. So it's not that we're not approving them. Please don't let people tell you that.
Education is the bedrock of any nation, and the Lagos State government is taking its stand for nothing but the best.